The Galactic Council chamber was louder than usual. Thousands of delegates filled the massive circular hall. Floating seats glowed with alien colors. Holographic stars moved slowly above them, showing the known galaxy. At the center of the chamber, one system was highlighted: Earth. The human homeworld looked small on the display. Just one yellow star, a few planets, nothing special. And yet, the entire galaxy was watching it. The Varnock High Admiral leaned forward, his armored body reflecting the light. His voice echoed through the chamber. 6 cycles have passed, he said. The humans were warned. Surrender or be erased. He paused and looked at the empty communication panel. They have said nothing. A low sound spread through the chamber. Laughter. The Krell strategist clicked his sharp fingers together. No threats, no speeches, no demands, he said. Their silence tells us everything. More laughter followed. The Zith counselor floated higher in his seat. Humans are emotional creatures, he said. They talk too much. When they stop talking, it means fear. Screens around the hall showed Earth again. No fleet movements, no energy spikes, no defensive formations. Just quiet. The Galactic Council had studied humans for decades. They were loud in politics, loud in media, loud in war. But now, nothing. That planet is breaking, said another voice. Their governments must be fighting each other. They are hiding underground, said another, waiting for mercy. The laughter grew stronger. Only a few seats remained silent. Observers from older civilizations watched without speaking. They had seen many young species fall. They knew silence could mean many things, but they said nothing. The Varnock Admiral raised his clawed hand. Record this moment, he said, the moment humanity chose silence over survival. The screens around the chamber changed. A timer appeared. Invasion authorization approved. Deployment in 1 cycle. Cheers filled the hall. Far away on Earth, no one heard them, because Earth was busy. Deep beneath mountains, cities, and oceans, human command centers were alive with motion. Large rooms filled with quiet professionals. No shouting, no panic, only calm voices and focused eyes. General Elias Rourke stood in a dark control room. Massive screens surrounded him. Each showed a different part of the solar system: Mars, the asteroid belt, Jupiter's moons, deep space. They still think we are afraid, one officer said. Rourke nodded. Good. Around the world, similar rooms existed. Different nations, different languages, one purpose: coordination. Human satellites slowly shifted position, not suddenly, not in ways that could be noticed easily. Cargo ships changed routes under civilian codes. Old space stations powered up for maintenance. Mines were moved, fuel was stored, data was shared. No speeches were made, no public statements released. The silence was on purpose. On the surface, Earth looked divided as always. News channels argued, social feeds were loud, ordinary life continued. That was also on purpose. The aliens were watching for fear. They would not see preparation. Back in the Galactic Council, analysts reviewed their reports. No defensive response, no fleet movement detected. Human communication traffic is lower than normal, a third said. The Varnock Admiral smiled. They are paralyzed. A junior analyst hesitated. There is one thing, he said carefully, their internal noise. Enough, the Admiral interrupted. Internal noise is meaningless. They are a disorganized species. The analyst lowered his head and stayed silent. Above Earth, space remained calm. No warning shots, no challenge signals, no angry messages, just stars. The invasion fleets gathered at the edge of human space, thousands of ships from dozens of species, weapons charged, crews confident. Some commanders even placed bets on how fast Earth would fall. 3 planetary rotations, one said. 2, another replied. They laughed together. None of them noticed the small drones drifting through deep space, cold, silent, almost invisible. None of them noticed human probes attached to alien supply ships weeks earlier. None of them noticed that Earth's silence matched something very old in human history. When humans shouted, they were divided. When humans argued, they were uncertain. But when humans went quiet, it meant plans were already finished. The final cycle began. In the Galactic Council chamber, the timer reached 0. "Invasion forces, proceed," the Varnock admiral ordered. Across the stars, engines ignited. And Earth? Earth said nothing. Not because it had no answer, but because the answer was already moving. The invasion began without drama. Thousands of alien warships crossed into human space. Their engines burned bright, cutting long lines of light through the dark. For many crews, this was their first real war. They expected alarms, they expected resistance, they expected fear. They found nothing. No warning signals greeted them. No human fleets rushed forward. No defensive fire lit the stars. Space was quiet. The Varnock battle commander watched the scanners from his flagship. His mandibles clicked in amusement. "Still nothing," he said. "Humans truly have no spine." Around him, officers relaxed. Some even turned off battle shields to save power. The human silence felt comforting, like proof of victory. The fleet moved deeper. They passed the outer marker of the solar system. Still nothing. "This is too easy," a Krell officer said. "They should be screaming by now." The commander laughed. "They are not warriors. They are talkers." Behind the main fleet, supply ships followed in long lines, fuel carriers, food vessels, ammunition transports. The invasion was powerful, but also heavy. It needed constant support. No one worried. Why would they? Far away, hidden among drifting rocks near the asteroid belt, something small moved. Human drones, no larger than cargo crates, floated silently. Their engines were cold. Their surfaces absorbed light. They did not attack. They watched. Each drone recorded alien movement, speed, formation, and timing. Every detail flowed back to Earth through tight, narrow data streams that looked like background noise. On Earth, screens filled with numbers. General Rourke studied the data without speaking. "They are confident," an analyst said quietly. "Yes, that makes them predictable." Human planners worked in silence, not because they were afraid to speak, but because every second mattered. While the alien fleets pushed forward, human systems adjusted. Satellites shifted just enough to avoid detection. Old listening stations woke up. Civilian traffic patterns changed. Nothing sudden, nothing loud. The aliens felt like hunters walking into an empty forest, unaware the forest was watching them. 3 days into the invasion, the first problem appeared. A Varnock supply ship reported a delay. "Engine issue," the captain said. "Minor." The fleet commander waved it off. "Fix it and continue." Then another report came in. A fuel carrier missed a rendezvous point. Then another. Communication lag grew slightly longer between ships. Not enough to worry, just enough to notice. "Space interference?" an officer suggested. "Human tricks?" another asked. The commander shook his head. If humans had tricks, they would use them by now. The fleet moved closer to Earth. Mars came into view. The red planet sat quiet and empty. Humans abandoned it, someone said. But they were wrong. Under the Martian surface, power systems activated. Human sensors locked onto alien formations. Targeting data flowed, not to weapons, but to planners. Humans were counting. Counting ships, counting supplies, counting mistakes. The alien fleet slowed slightly. Fuel use was higher than expected. Crews grew restless. Still, Earth said nothing. No insults, no pleas, no threats, just silence. In the Galactic Council chamber, observers watched live feeds. Human resistance remains non-existent, an analyst reported. The Varnock admiral leaned back. They will be remembered as a quiet failure. Some older delegates shifted uncomfortably. One of them spoke softly. Silence does not always mean weakness. The admiral ignored him. Back in space, a strange event occurred. A small alien patrol ship lost power and drifted. Rescue teams moved in, but found nothing wrong. Systems came back online on their own. Then it happened again. Different ship, same result. Confusion spread. Ghost errors, engineers said. Software noise, analysts said. But no one could explain why it was happening only to supply ships. Human drones continued to drift, attaching briefly to alien hulls, then slipping away. They injected false readings, delayed signals, and tiny course changes. Nothing that looked like an attack, just enough to slow everything down. The invasion timetable began to slip. Alien commanders argued quietly among themselves. Confidence cracked, but did not break. "We will still reach Earth on schedule," the Varnock commander said. "Humans cannot stop us." He was correct. Humans were not trying to stop them. They were trying to shape the moment of arrival. On Earth, General Rourke finally spoke to the global command network. "Phase 1 complete," he said. "They still think nothing is happening." A quiet confirmation echoed from every continent. Human silence continued. In space, the alien fleet crossed the final approach line towards Earth orbit. Weapons powered up. Crews took battle stations. They waited for the sound of war. Instead, they heard nothing. No alarms, no warnings, no human voice. Only the deep, uncomfortable sound of space and the growing feeling that something was very wrong. And still, Earth said nothing. By the time the alien fleets reached Earth orbit, the war already felt strange. The stars above Earth were filled with enemy ships. Massive hulls blocked sunlight. Weapons glowed with stored power. From the ground, humans could see them as moving shadows. And still, no shots were fired. The Varnock flagship held position at the center of the formation. Its commander watched the planet below. "No defense grid," he said slowly. "No fleet. No challenge." His officers shifted uneasily. This was not how invasions usually went. "Perhaps humans have truly surrendered," one said. "Then why do they not speak?" the commander replied. No one answered. Behind the main warships, the supply chain stretched far into space. Long, fragile lines of fuel carriers and food transports waited their turn to move closer. That was when the real trouble began. A Krell supply officer reported a problem. "Fuel reserves are lower than expected," he said. "We followed all standard burn rates." The commander frowned. "Recheck the numbers." Moments later, another message arrived. "Food stock reporting errors. Containers marked full are empty." Then another. "Ammunition loading delays. Automated loaders are not responding." The bridge filled with quiet tension. These were not battle losses. These were system failures. On Earth, General Rourke watched the reports flow in. "They are counting what they lost," an aide said. Rourke nodded. "They are finally listening." Human planners had known one truth from the start. Alien fleets were powerful, but depended on perfect logistics. Humans did not need to fight the ships, they needed to break the supply rhythm. Human drones moved among the alien fleet like dust. They attached briefly, opened tiny ports, and altered data. Fuel tanks reported false levels. Food trackers looped old readings. Repair schedules shifted by minutes, then hours. Nothing dramatic, nothing that looked like sabotage, just enough to create doubt. Alien commanders argued. "Someone made an error," one said. "No, our systems are perfect." Pride slowed them. As hours passed, hunger became a real problem. Alien crews were not used to long delays. Their bodies needed strict feeding cycles. Morale dropped. Still, the humans said nothing. No demands, no warnings, no threats, only silence. Then something new appeared. A single human ship drifted into view. It was small, old, clearly not a warship. The alien fleet locked weapons instantly. "Destroy it," one officer suggested. The commander hesitated. "No, let it approach." The human ship stopped at a safe distance. It did not raise shields, it did not power weapons. A message transmitted. Short, calm. "You are low on fuel. Your supply chain is compromised. You should leave." The alien bridge exploded in laughter. "A bluff," someone said. "Humans finally speak and beg," another added. The commander smiled. "Ignore it." The human ship turned away and vanished back toward Earth. And again, silence. Hours later, a fuel carrier shut down completely. Then another. Then a third. Without fuel, warships could not maneuver. Without food, crews weakened. Without ammo, weapons meant nothing. The invasion force began to spread out, trying to solve problems individually. That was exactly what humans wanted. From hidden platforms on the moon, human sensors tracked every movement. Old mining stations revealed concealed launch bays. Civilian satellites became targeting relays. Still, no attack came. The alien fleet grew nervous. The Galactic Council watched in confusion. "Why is the invasion slowing?" a delegate asked. "Human trickery," another said. The Varnock admiral slammed his claw on the console. "Then strike Earth now!" Orders were sent, weapons warmed, but firing solutions failed. Targeting systems showed small errors. Locks broke at the last second. Energy weapons misfired or shut down. Panic spread. "Fix it!" the commander shouted. Engineers worked desperately. Nothing made sense. What they did not know was that humans had been studying alien systems for years, not to destroy them, but to understand how they thought. Alien designs favored speed and power. Human designs favored backups, redundancy, control. The silence had given humans time. Finally, General Rourke gave a single order: begin containment. Human defenses activated not as a sudden attack, but as a closing hand. Asteroid-based emitters blocked escape paths. Orbital platforms powered up, revealing themselves at last. Swarms of human craft appeared from unexpected directions, not to kill, to surround. Alien commanders realized the truth too late. They had not invaded Earth, they had entered a prepared space. The human voice returned to alien channels, still calm, still quiet. "You are not under attack. You are out of options." The galaxy held its breath, and for the first time since the war began, the alien fleets were silent. The alien fleets were surrounded, not by fire, not by explosions, but by position. Human ships held the high orbits. Hidden platforms blocked retreat paths. Asteroids, once ignored, now carried silent emitters that bent space and confused navigation. The alien commanders felt it all at once. They were trapped. The Varnock flagship attempted a small course change. Engines burned harder than expected. Fuel warnings flashed across the bridge. "Reduce power," the commander ordered. The ship slowed. Human vessels adjusted instantly, keeping perfect distance. "They are matching us," an officer said. His voice shook. "Every move." The silence that followed was heavy. For the first time, the aliens did not know what to do. Across the fleet, similar reports arrived. Weapons could not lock. Engines could not align. Communications dropped without warning. It felt like fighting a shadow. Then all channels opened at once. A human voice spoke. Not loud, not angry, not proud, just calm. "This is Earth Unified Command." The words echoed across hundreds of alien bridges. "We entered our system without permission. You ignored our silence and mistook it for fear." The Varnock commander straightened. "This is a trick," he said quietly. The voice continued. "We have no need to destroy you. You are already defeated." Anger spread through the alien fleet. "Fire!" one commander shouted. Energy weapons powered up and failed. Human systems flooded alien networks with precise interference. Not a full shutdown, just enough to stop action. The human voice returned. "You may fire when you're ready," it said. "You will fail every time." On Earth, General Rourke stood before a simple screen. He watched the alien fleet struggle. "Open channel to the Galactic Council," he said. Light years away, the council chamber fell silent as the human signal appeared. This was the first time most of the galaxy heard a human speak during the crisis. Rourke's image was plain, no uniform decorations, no dramatic background, just a tired man with focused eyes. "You laughed at our silence," he said. "You believed noise meant strength." He paused. "Human history taught us otherwise." Council members shifted uneasily. "When humans talk too much, we are divided. When we argue, we are unsure." He leaned slightly forward. "When we go quiet, we are aligned." Behind him, screens activated. Data flowed. Timelines, supply charts, fleet movement maps. "You planned an invasion. We planned a response." The Varnock admiral tried to interrupt. "This is impossible. You are a fractured species." Rourke nodded. "Correct, normally." The screen shifted again. Images of Earth appeared. Different nations, different cultures, different languages. All of them silent, all of them working. Back in space, alien ships drifted helplessly. Human vessels did not fire. They waited. A Krell commander finally spoke on an open channel. "What do you want?" he asked. The human answer was immediate. "You will withdraw." The Krell hesitated. Or you will remain here until your supplies end." Fear spread through the alien ranks. They checked numbers again. Fuel was critical. Food was limited. Morale was breaking. The humans had not rushed victory. They had calculated it. The Varnock admiral slammed his claw on the console. "We cannot surrender to a silent species." Rourke heard him clearly. "We were silent. Now we are speaking." He raised one hand. Human ships shifted formation, not to attack, to tighten the circle. Alien crews felt it like pressure on the chest. "We do not seek your destruction. We seek your understanding." The Galactic Council watched in horror. This was not a battle. This was control. An elder delegate finally spoke. His voice was old and tired. "Why give them this chance?" he asked. Rourke looked directly at the camera. "Because we want the galaxy to remember something," he said. Silence followed. Then Rourke finished. "Next time humans are quiet, do not laugh." The transmission ended. In space, the alien fleets powered down their weapons, one by one, slowly, carefully. The invasion was over, not with fire, but with silence and one final word.
The war ended without a final shot. Across Earth's orbit, alien fleets powered down. Weapons dimmed. Engines went silent. Massive ships that once looked unstoppable now drifted like broken machines. Human ships stayed in place. They did not celebrate. They did not advance. They simply waited. The Varnock commander stood on his bridge, staring at the planet below. Earth looked calm, blue, alive. "How did we miss this?" he whispered. No one answered. Supply officers sent the final numbers. Fuel was nearly gone. Food cycles were failing. The invasion could not continue even if they wanted it to. The humans had won long before the first words were spoken. On Earth, General Rourke removed his headset and exhaled slowly. "Maintain containment," he ordered. "No provocations." Human commanders across the world echoed the command. This victory was not about force. It was about memory. In the Galactic Council chamber, chaos erupted. "They should not have been able to do this," one delegate shouted. "They are a divided species," another cried. The elder civilizations stayed quiet. They watched the data streams with dark understanding. A calm voice finally rose from the upper tier. "They did not unite in anger," the elder said. "They united in silence." The chamber fell quiet. Reports continued to arrive. Human drones still active, alien supply lines fully mapped, human defenses untouched. The Council realized something frightening. Humans had not shown their full strength. They had shown only enough. Alien ambassadors demanded answers. How long were they preparing? How many systems are compromised? What else can they do? No one knew. That uncertainty spread faster than fear. Back in space, the first alien fleet requested permission to withdraw. Human command granted it immediately. No conditions, no punishment, no speeches. Just a clear path out. As alien ships slowly turned away, they noticed something chilling. Human vessels did not follow. They did not watch. They did not threaten. They simply returned to stillness. Silence again. One alien captain spoke quietly to his crew. "Remember this moment," he said. "If humans go quiet again, run." The words spread. Fleet to fleet, species to species. Across the galaxy, military doctrines changed overnight. Commanders rewrote invasion plans. Analysts added a new warning symbol to their charts. Human silence, high risk. On Earth, life continued. Cities stayed bright. People went to work. Children went to school. Most humans never knew how close the war had come. That was also by design. General Rourke met with civilian leaders in a simple room. "No parades," he said. "No victory broadcasts." A leader frowned. "The people deserve to know." "They deserve peace," Rourke replied. The leaders agreed. Human fleets slowly powered down. Hidden platforms returned to sleep. Drones burned themselves up in the atmosphere. No trophies were kept. No enemies chased. In the Galactic Council, the Varnock Admiral was removed from command. His species faced sanctions, not from humans, but from frightened neighbors. No one wanted to anger Earth. The Council voted on new policies. Human space was marked restricted. Human silence was classified as a strategic indicator. One delegate summarized it best. "They did not defeat us by shouting louder. They defeated us by thinking longer." Weeks passed. Trade slowly resumed. Diplomats approached Earth with care. When humans spoke, they were polite, direct, honest. But when they stopped speaking, the galaxy leaned closer. watching, waiting. In a distant system, a pirate fleet once planned to raid a human convoy. Then the convoy went dark. No signals, no responses. The pirates changed course immediately. On Earth, General Rourke retired quietly. No medals, no ceremonies. When asked what made the plan work, he gave a simple answer. People think silence means weakness. It never has. Above Earth, stars moved as they always had. The galaxy learned a new truth. Loud empires fall, quiet ones endure. And somewhere, deep in the data archives of the Galactic Council, a final note was added. When humans stop talking, the war has already been decided.
The galaxy did not forget. Years passed, but the memory of Earth's silence stayed alive in every major star system. It was written into military manuals. It was whispered in command rooms. It was taught to young officers as a lesson in survival. When humans were loud, the galaxy relaxed. When humans were quiet, the galaxy watched. Trade routes near human space became calm. Pirates avoided them. Smugglers changed paths. Even aggressive empires slowed their expansion when they came too close to Earth's borders. No one wanted to be the next example. In the Galactic Council, a new rule existed, unspoken but obeyed. Never mistake human silence for weakness. A new crisis began far from Earth. The Dravex Dominion, a rising power, crushed smaller worlds without warning. Their fleets were fast, brutal, and proud. They ignored old lessons and mocked cautious advisors. Humans are overrated, the Dravex warlord said. They won one war without fighting. That does not make them gods. His scouts reported something strange. Human diplomatic channels went quiet. No protests, no warnings, no council speeches, just silence. The warlord laughed. See, they are afraid again. He ordered his fleet closer to human trade space. Weeks passed, still no human response. Dravex ships began to disappear, not destroyed, just lost. Navigation failed, fuel vanished from reports, crews grew tired and confused. Sound familiar? The warlord demanded answers. Where are the humans? He shouted. An advisor spoke carefully. They are quiet, my lord. The warlord froze. Too late. Across the Dravex fleet, systems failed together, not violently, not suddenly, cleanly. Human ships appeared, already in position, not rushing, not chasing, waiting. A human message arrived, calm, clear. You ignored the lesson. The Dravex warlord tried to respond. The channel closed. On Earth, human command did not celebrate. They did not announce victory. They did not even name the operation. It was just another coordination, another quiet response. The Dravex fleets withdrew within days. Their empire collapsed soon after, not from human weapons, but from fear spreading faster than ships could move. The galaxy understood now. Human silence was not preparation for war. It was the war. In the Galactic Council, a new symbol was added to strategic displays. It was simple, a muted signal icon, meaning human coordination detected. When that symbol appeared, negotiations began immediately. Back on Earth, people lived normal lives. They argued online, they debated politics, they complained loudly, and the galaxy felt safe, because noise meant chaos, and chaos meant delay. But once every few years, something changed. Human networks grew quiet, public messages slowed, military movements became invisible, and across the stars, fleets stopped. Generals hesitated, admirals waited, empires paused, because the galaxy had learned something human history always knew. The most dangerous moment is not when the enemy shouts, it is when the enemy stops speaking. In his final years, General Rourke was asked to record a message for future officers. He stood in a simple room, no flags behind him. "Humans are not stronger," he said. "We are not faster. We are not smarter than every species." He paused. "But we listen, we plan, and when it matters, we act together." The recording ended there. No dramatic words, no warnings, just silence. Above Earth, the stars watched quietly, and for the rest of the galaxy, that silence was no longer empty. It was a warning.